Hey, 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 people. It's Nay here. I wanted to do a quick live to inspire you guys to make scrapbooks. I talk about how life is short, and I really, really think scrapbooks are a great way to hold on to some memories. Let me do a little story time before I show you some things because again, life is short. So this is like an update on my health as well. If you guys are watching and you don't know, I'm Nay, and I have multiple conditions, multiple sclerosis, scleroderma, asthma, vitiligo, floor, like pelvic floor, this, things that I can't even pronounce. I have lung disease. I have all these conditions going on, but a lot of people see me keep pushing and pushing, which I do. So I want to give an update on some things because the last few days have been real emotional for me. So why not just share with you guys because I'm presenting myself and you guys see me as healthy, but I'm really not that healthy and life is short. So let me tell my story. So August 30th, that night, it was a bad night for me. I have mild sleep apnea, which means sometimes you start breathing in your sleep. So for me, that night was one of the worst nights. I don't have moments where I'm waking up from not breathing, but the month of August, it happened twice. And not last night, but August 30th, it happened for a long time. It felt like for me. I woke up out of my sleep and I was just gasping for air, gasping for air. Like I really could not breathe. So I jumped up and I kept trying to breathe, but it was just like, like I could not get any oxygen in. So I was like real nervous. I run to my husband in his room, like we were in separate rooms. We sleep in separate rooms the majority of the time. And so I'm like, it was like 11 p.m. and he's like, "What's wrong? What's wrong? Are you okay? Are you okay?" And I just couldn't say anything because I didn't have no oxygen. I'm just like, I thought life was over. I kid you not. I thought my life was over. I'm like, this is that moment, like, damn, I'm about to die from like not having any oxygen. And so I try not to panic, and I'm just sitting there trying to like breathe. And so after a while, me just standing there and like trying to breathe, I finally was able, like my esophagus or whatever it was, my airway opened up, and I was able to get some oxygen and breathe. And once that opened up, I just burst out and I'm crying, and it was just like tears. And he's like, he's so shocked, he don't even know what to do. He's just like, and I'm just like, I couldn't breathe, like I could not breathe. And so it was an emotional night, and I was just like, I couldn't go back to sleep after that for a while because I was scared, like shit. I don't want to go back to sleep and not wake up. Like these are the things that keep happening to me. And because I have scleroderma, my esophagus is tightening up as well. So another part of me that I struggle with that I don't share often is eating. When I eat, sometimes the food takes a while to go through my esophagus, and that's what happened this morning. I'm eating breakfast with my son, and I could just feel the food getting stuck. I try my best to eat slow, chew it like 10 times, make sure it's chewed real well so it can go down slowly. But it just was getting stuck. I had grits and sausage, and so I was like, let me drink some of this orange juice. As I started to drink the orange juice, I could just feel the food coming back up. So I had to spit the orange juice out. As soon as I spit the orange juice out, I started vomiting. My body just like vomiting. So it just hit me again. I'm like, damn, the night before last, I was choking in my sleep, couldn't breathe. Now tonight, today, this morning, I'm vomiting because I can't digest my food. Like, this shit fucking sucks. Like, life can suck at some time, but at the same time, I'm like, I survived through it, so I got to keep going. So that was my little quick story time. Is that like these are some things that I go through that mentally freaks up my head where I'm like, is this my last moment? Am I going? But then I have to just think like, well, I survived through it, so let me just keep going. Take a shower, get all that stress, emotions off me, and keep pushing. So with the scrapbook, I think that like having a scrapbook will help because we all gonna die someday. Like it sucks that we are, but we all gonna die. So who's gonna tell our story when we go? How can our kids remember us? And with having a scrapbook, if you can't protect it, it's one of those ways to keep your story alive and pass it down to your family. If you don't have any house fires, or you get to a place where you lose all your furniture and stuff, you still have your scrapbook, then it'll be good. I get it. Life happens. So you might have a scrapbook and then you lose it because you moved around or you had a house fire and stuff. But if you can protect it as much as you can and then pass it down to your kids and your kids pass it down to their kids, it'll be a story for your life, because we're not always going to be here. So let's try to collect some of those memories. So I have this scrapbook here that I wanted to show people as an idea. Like, my mother received this scrapbook at her baby shower. Somebody handmade this scrapbook and they gave it to her. And she wasn't one of those type of people that just put stuff to the side. She really utilized it as much as she could. But, if you're a parent, it can get busy after a while, so you don't continue on with it. But I like this idea. So I did create this for a coworker friend of mine in St. Louis and my brother when he had his daughter as a baby shower gift. So it is great to have these as baby shower gifts too. So I'm just going to show you like some of the things that you can like carry on. So my mother put my baby picture in here, and yeah, that's me. That's baby Nay. That's cute Nay. Yeah, that's an African American baby though. I got my chinky eyes. But so when you open up the book, there's like this little, it's falling apart because it's old. Like I'll be 32 this year. The book is old, but it's been traveling with me. But it's a great idea. Like, my mother tried her hardest, and my mother also has multiple sclerosis too. So I commend her for even trying to hold on to these memories. So this is what you can do, especially if you have children. So she started putting pictures in the book. So there's some pictures in there. And then she held on to the birthday cards. Like, you might have a pile of birthday cards. What do you do with them? Some people throwing them away. My mother was holding on to them. Like, this is for my first birthday. It says for baby's first birthday. Like, and that's for me. It's from my birthday. Let's see if my name is in there. This one don't have my name in it, but if you ever watch that, you know who you are. That's from family members. This is from my birthday. Here goes one with my name on it. Like, that's from my first birthday. My mother put the date on the back, 91. Like, these are memories that I have after years, and that's amazing. So she kept trying to hold on to these memories. I had chronic asthma, so she would always hold on to balloons when people used to come visit me in the hospital. She also held on to the birthday balloons. And so I try to do the same thing. Like, I have my balloon for my sweet 16th birthday. Like, somebody gave me a balloon. I think my mother gave me this balloon, and I put it in here too. So it's just like, you keep the memories of accomplishments. I even have, my aunt gave me a balloon for my high school graduation. I held on to that. She probably don't even know that, but I tried to keep it going when my mother didn't. But now I have a child of my own. She kept stuff from the hospital. She kept money. So I'm like, this is a great idea. If I ever have a kid, I want to do the same thing for my kid. And that's what I'm going to do with my son now, is keep these memories, pictures of us, and then other stuff like this that we can have and share. It's a story. It's telling a story. That's exactly what it's doing. It's telling a story. So I went on Amazon. I'm dropping everything now. But so I went on Amazon and I got a book for my son, and I started holding on to some things. So this is the book that I'm going to put together for my son. I got this book off of Amazon, and then I held on to some things. Like, this right here is the sign that was on his bed when he was born, the crib. And my mother had the same one when I first was born. She held on to it. Let me see if I can find it in this book. If you guys are watching, say hey, let me know that you are watching. So right here, my mother still has, this is the ultrasound from when my mother was pregnant. This is from the 90s. Like, this is from the 90s. This one says October October 5th, 1990. So this was 15 days before she had me. I was born on the 20th. And so I get to see that. I get to see her ultrasound and then also the crib label from when I was born. And now I can do the same thing for my son. You can already see the difference. We're at different hospitals, but mine was a little smaller, his is bigger, and he was also in a NICU too. So that's the other thing with him. He spent 43 days in a NICU, so I have more things with him being in the hospital that I could put in his book. But I also have his ultrasounds. Like these are his ultrasounds. Somebody sent him a birthday card for his first birthday. I held on to that. If you ever watched that, thank you. You know, I have more birthday cards. I have the ultrasounds from my first my first pregnancy with my twins, and I have ultrasounds with him. I'm gonna do two separate books. My twins will have their own book, and then Logic will have his own book. But because my pregnancy was at risk, I have a lot of ultrasounds. So some people are like, why do you have so many? Because my pregnancy was a high risk pregnancy. So for both my pregnancy with my twins and my pregnancy with Logic, my rainbow baby, I was in the clinic like every 2 weeks. So I have all these ultrasounds that I can now put in the books. This one, this one is for, yeah, this one is for Logic right here. Like that's Logic's. So then Logic could look at he can look at the ultrasound my mother had of me and then look at the ultrasound I had of him and see the difference. You know, isn't that cool? So this is just an idea I wanted to share with you guys because again, like I stated at the beginning, life is short. People are dying left and right, and who's holding on to those memories? Who's telling those stories? Our minds are not always that reliable either because of illnesses. Like I said, I have multiple sclerosis. Multiple sclerosis is in the brain. It's a condition that starts in the brain and the spine. So my brain could shut down at any time, and I'm not able to tell the story that I'm telling right now, or I'm not able to talk or walk because your brain is that main function to help us going. So that's why my mother probably did take this more serious than some other people probably did. But I think it's just a great idea anyways to hold on to stuff. We hold on to stuff sometimes and we don't know what to do with it. So this is what you can do with it. Get you a scrapbook. And I think the person who made this, honestly, I think they just got a binder. This one looked like it was just a binder, and they got creative and got some fabric and stuff. I mean, I don't have the time to do all of, well, I'm not gonna say I don't have the time, but I didn't do that for mine. But what I will be doing is taking Logic's and putting his name with my Cricut machine that I have. You know, I'm going to get creative. Like I said, I did make this for my co-worker friend and my brother when they had their children, and I had a binder like this and I decorated it so they can hold on to the memories. And my co-worker friend, she showed me her book. She had put in the pregnancy test she had when she first found out she was pregnant. She took 3 home pregnancy tests and she put those in the front of the book so she can always remember, and her son can have that for his memories as well. So those are some ideas to hold on to. Like you can see how old this is, like the page is turning colors and stuff, but I have these memories of me when I was growing up. That's young Nay, you know, styling. I was always grown and independent, as you guys can see. So take that opportunity to sit down, memorize, like have some reminisce over some things by going through the pictures, looking at some old pictures and say, oh, you know, wow, look at us back then. And then you put it in the book. This is a picture of me and my father. He's passed away, but I still have this picture now of me and him. Pictures of me on Christmas. I have this picture, so I was able to replicate this picture for Logic. So when Logic was born, his first Christmas last year, I tried to make a picture just like this of him with all his toys in the crib for his first Christmas. These are the ideas that you can take. It's a tradition. Make these memories, hold on to the memories, and make them a tradition for you. So I feel like this is a tradition for me and my mother, and I sent it to my brother for his daughter. So it's kind of a tradition for them if they holding on to their binder as well. So if this is something you want to start doing, you can head on to your local Michael's, your local Hobby Lobby, Walmart, Amazon, and start getting some of the supplies. You start off with the scrapbook and then you can decorate it, or you could just pop it in there like my mother did. But some of the stuff that you get, know that you can hold on to it so it can be a story later on in life. So I know that these people were supporting me, people who sent me balloons, and then people who sent me cards and stuff. I still have those memories. And then, I have the money that she had put in here. She even had pictures of me when I was having asthma attacks and stuff. Like, it tells a story. It tells a story. Your scrapbook will tell a story. It's like a non-published ordinary original book of your life. It's a non-published original book of your life, an authentic book of your life story. And you could do the same thing for your kids. So I do recommend that you guys do this at some point. I will be hosting a scrapbooking tomorrow, and if you're available, do that. Go out today, go out tomorrow morning, get some of your items, and let's have a scrapbooking girls' night and talk about the things that we're putting in our book. That's going to help us get to know each other, and also we're going to get ideas from each other. It's going to spark our creative mind. Rosie Bass, who will be on the workshop, doing a workshop with me, she creates scrapbooks and sell her scrapbooks. So if you're somebody who don't know how to make it creative, maybe she can be that person to create it for you, and then you just apply the pictures and other items that you want to put in there. But most of all, this was a moment for you guys to think about holding on to some memories, because we're not going to be here. Like I said, the last few days I thought I was going to go, and it was really emotional. I cried this morning. I cried on the toilet. I cried on the shower. And I've been trying to get myself together, boost myself up, because I survived through it. But I know with all these illnesses, I'm not going to be here forever. So I got to start putting stuff together for my children, for my husband, for whoever, for people to see what Nay's life was like. So that's why I want to do this. And by me doing a workshop with Rosie, it's holding me accountable, and it's also holding her accountable, because she's been wanting to make more of her books and she fell off on that. So we're holding each other accountable. So uh, that's it for today. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Be blessed and hold on to those memories as long as you can. You guys have a great day. I'll see you guys on the next one.